Hey there everybody, how you doing today? Master Chappie coming to you straight out of the storms of Minnesota, and we are definitely not getting hit with the worst. I mean, my goodness, there's tornadoes in Illinois. What is going on, man? Talk about a crazy storm, but I hope you guys are safe. I hope you're driving all right. I hope everyone and your family is good and your friends, and hopefully you don't get too much destruction wherever you're at, man. But stay safe, stay warm, stay fed, and let's get into this video. Vontae Davis, give me the pick. Let's go all the way. He go, baby. Sim game series, Colts gameplay for you guys, and we start this game off with a bang with the main man Vontae Davis, and that brings me to my points. Let's get into the Colts. How are they personnel wise? So defensively, I'm actually a big fan of their corners. I love Vontae Davis. I think he's one of the best corners in the game, honestly. I definitely like the way he plays. And then you got Greg Toler on the other side, who's very solid athletically, and overall definitely just a good play. As far as the rest of their defense goes, nothing just stands out to me. I mean, they got a couple playmakers here and there, but nothing crazy. Just a very solid defense as far as the rest of the guys go. And definitely a team that you can get a couple stops with, but don't expect to shut people down with the Colts defense as much as you would with maybe whoopsies. Whoa, buddy. He gone. He gone. Where's Chris Berman at when you need him? With the well, look at the flukeness right here. Look at the way he stopped. Whoops! Just whoops. Oh, they just tripping all over themselves. That's crazy. I was like, how the heck did that play happen when it happened? But nonetheless, let's get back into it. So that brings me to the Colts offense. You got Andrew Luck, very mobile, very good. He's not having the best year in real life, but nonetheless, man, he's definitely a good Madden quarterback, and he's definitely a good quarterback in real life. Just having a tough year, tough go at it. But, they got decent running backs. You got Frank Gore, who's solid, very usable. And then at wide receiver, you've got some good diversity, man. You got Hands with Andre. You've got some solid receivers. I definitely like the speed and agility and the quickness. And speaking of Greg Toler, look at the man getting the pick right there. That's just beautiful football. But they definitely have Moncrief and T.Y. Hilton, and I definitely am a big fan of both of those guys because they are quick, and speed, quickness, and agility is, to me, what I prefer in a wide receiver in this year's game, especially with like route running and things like that. This year is not so much about having the 6'6", 6'5", 6'4" wide receiver with just crazy hands and jumping and just, basically jump balling every single play. For me, at least how I play and for what I think is most effective in this year's game, it's good to have maybe one of those guys on your team, maybe two, but it's definitely not necessary. And if you're running good route combinations and good plays, overall you're going to have a lot of success in the long run. I think with the quicker guys. I mean, that's why you see Perriman abused in mud because, he's just so freaking fast. And there's a lot of those guys like that, and there's not too many fast cornerbacks, which is unfortunate. Although they did release that Dion, who I definitely can't afford, but, it's cool to look at. I'm going to have to hit up GS or something, man. GS always got the goons. But with that said, man, continuing on what we talked about last video, so kind of the negative stuff, I kind of got a lot of that out of my system, so I'm pretty good now. There's definitely some other things, but let's talk about what I would like to see fixed coming up here if another patch comes out. Hopefully one does. I really do hope one comes out sooner than later, but I want some of the glitchy stuff first and foremost, like the end of the half field goal glitch. If you don't know what that is, don't worry about it, but my goodness, they need to fix that end of the half, end of the game. They need to fix the one-man little turbo that you can do. I'm not going to explain how to do that either, but I'm sure you guys have seen it at some point. Another thing they need to fix, I really would like slide protection to work a little bit better and be a little bit more logical, because I feel like some of the blitzes in the game, especially like the B gaps, like if it comes from the left and I slide protect right, I feel like the left tackle should pick it up. If they overload on the right side, I feel like sliding right should pick it up. If they overload on the left, sliding left should pick it up. And some blitzes in the game is like counterintuitive. which is kind of unfortunate because I feel like, yeah, it just doesn't make sense. And yeah, you definitely want stuff to make sense when you're doing it. But with that said, hopefully that gets addressed. Staying on the defensive side of the ball, as far as that goes, hopefully the zones get some improvement. I mean, especially the purple zones. Purple zones have been awful in Madden the past couple years, if not longer than that. But I definitely would like to see a revamped purple zone. Instead of making it a curl to flat, I think my ideal purple zone would be a corner to curl, if that makes sense to you guys. And so if you go with the purple route, or purple zone, or corner zone, whatever you want to call it, it will instead take away the corner and just give up the flat zone or flat area completely, as opposed to kind of covering the flat area and giving up the corner. So that's just my opinion, and it is what it is. Another thing defensively I would like to see fixed, I actually don't mind the man press. I don't mind the block sheds as much. It's just one of those things you got to learn how to beat. But what I would like to see is if someone runs man and they're sending like 2 dudes, I would really appreciate it if, after 3 or 4 seconds, wide receivers, if you've been sitting in the pocket for 6 seconds, I mean, there's no corner in the league that can cover a wide receiver that long if they're moving around. So I would just like to see wide receivers, if they're playing more of a 2-man rush, maybe even a 3-man, if they're not getting to the quarterback, though, within, like, say, 5 seconds, something like that, dude should start getting open downfield. That's just my opinion on the way. There's just no way a corner is going to keep covering them for that long. But that's just sort of the things on the defensive side that I would like to see fixed. Like I said, this video is going to just be a continuation of me ranting, and I'm just hoping you guys are enjoying it. And if you do, drop that like button, because I appreciate it. You dig? Till the next time, y'all. We out.